Welcome back to Redbeard RPG and Pillars of Eternity 2. We're on the boat. We're on our way to Chirwaka. Um, Apparently, we need to go here first to get to Poko Kohara, which is where a bunch of the next quests lead us to. So hopefully, boats coming around. I went ahead and stocked up in between episodes. Let's check this stuff out. All right.
For someone who talks so much, you seem to care about very little.
Oh, apologies, lad. Didn't realise we'd be only ever speaking of subjects deep and meaningful.
Oh, don't strain yourself on my account.
A dwarf fans himself with a dish rag, his face dark, shiny with exertion. Sweat colors wide crescents of his shirt. He looks at you like a drowning man on dry land.
Weeks I've been stranded here. The Valiant Trading Company sends no one. Unless,
Stranded, isn't this a settled island?
by whose standard do you call this settled?
With an anxious swallow, he glances over his shoulder at a sleepy ramshackle village. His gaze darts from one grass thatched hut to another, as if expecting some unspeakable horror to emerge. What you saying?
Ekosi, this tribe rattles my last nerve. I only tarry here because my shipmates went to Poko Kohara to search for Luminous Adra. I worry that Ruano, the local chieftain, gave Captain Bez and my crewmates a false lead.
Why would he do that?
Why would I go bobbing for reason in shark-infested waters? Ruano was the last to speak with the captain before she set sail. He squats in the hut northeast of that pitiful market.
Okay.
I would have joined her, but my stomach... something did not agree. Now it is weeks since they should have returned. I'm only the galley cook, not a search party.
Vector isn't a Valelian name.
Bargroon. My grandparents gave up their nomadic ways when they moved to the republics. But I see the appeal of staying in one place, one safe place.
All right, I'll keep an eye out. Maybe they found something interesting.
Agrasima, this is hope to my ears. Payment is assumed with the company. They are quick to buy what they do not have.
All right. Farewell.
Supplies at the trading post. You will come to check on me, yes?
It is a bad omen to have a priestess so young.
Age is no assurance of wisdom. Remember Anna?
Still your tongue. Amira's winds will surely carry your words.
That's stealing. That's stealing.
Quit your chirping. I have no fish for you. Full tides.
Why are those Leguith caged?
Himwihi and the other Mataru found them when they explored the island. Said maybe we trained them to build.
The swabby on the sorcerer once suggested we dine on fish, man, mate. Not an ant complained when Romaro put him off at the next port.
What can you tell me about Tikawara?
The high tide is stingy with fish, and the low tide even more so.
Well, the fish do not swim to you, brother? Strange.
Akira, for Ingadi does not bless us all equally. What more you need?
Okay. I talked to any of those guys? Didn't seem like it. Where are you? Just a villager? Ooh, a kitty. Okay, can't seem to walk that way, it seems.
Oh,
Filthy lizards. Even here, I always smell them.
A woman stands outside a half-finished building, arms crossed, as if she protests any shelter it might offer.
An outsider in Tikawara? Who are you, stranger?
I am Redbeard, captain of the Defiant.
A captain? If you had sailed downwind of the island, you would have moved on, I say. I tell Renga Ruano that the stench of Tikawara will drive away friend and outsider alike. Do you smell it?
What you talking about?
I speak of the Lagufath. There is no food on this barren island that those monsters do not steal.
Yeah, but how could you say no to those little faces?
Yeah.
Always they circle our village looking for weaknesses. I push the cage with the young ones farther toward the beach, but I smell them even here.
Yeah, it's no wonder they come here when the beach smells like a hatchery.
Better to keep them under our thumb than sharpening blow darts, I say. A week ago, I tracked the fish to Hoina Ravine, so I challenged the Mataru to a hunting competition. My mother's belt for the Broodmother's head. It is not every day that newcomers land on our beaches. What say you show me how outsiders deal with Lagufath?
A little competition sounds like fun.
Understand they are animals. You must rely on blades, I say, not words. Hunting tales of our ancestors say the brood will scatter when their fish Renga is killed. No need to chase the children if you cut the head from the mother.
What are you doing with this shipwreck?
The Renga wanted a trading post. He said it will bring more Valians like the sweaty dwarf. Then they will bring food and supplies and their sweaty money.
And what's wrong with that?
Always I stand here. This is no job for the Mataru. We hunt, fight, and lead.
Looks like you're supervising.
Someone must.
So then why aren't you hunting or fighting?
What is there to hunt on this heap of rock and moss? No game. Only Lagufath skulking in Hoina Ravine. Even the antelope know there is no fit home. The grasses are thin and the trees are like a child's bones. Small and soft. Even to build this, we must hike up the mountain for wood.
Okay. I think this is the guy we're supposed to be talking to.
No sign of my shipmates on the horizon.
Oh no, this is the same guy.
When we landed on Tikawara, the chieftain gave us a welcome feast for the dukes. We feasted, danced, drank, and slept, only so we could feast, dance, and drink more.
You're an awfully busy man for claiming to be ill.
Per complancanet, music and ale are medicine for the soul. Even so, they did nothing to soften Anaharu. He said we had come to rob and plunder. He and Nairi turned the villagers against us.
Wonderful.
Did you not come to plunder? Kara, I misunderstood your mission.
After that, we slept on the boat and took turns watching the shore. Except for me. I had to rest and recover, of course. But in the early hours, our lookout Soruano and Anaharu disappeared together. No one from the village approached us all day.
Ooh.
And by the afternoon, only Ruano returned. Now no one here will even talk of Anaharu. Suspicious, no? Our captain was eager to leave before the winds changed again.
You mentioned Nari?
The priestess. She imagines me in the jaws of our fish goddess. I know it. She lurks in the shrine next to that awful statue. I cannot stand her wicked looks, but if she does not scare you, then maybe you talk to her.
All right. What's your name? These people got unique names. Let's see what they're up to.
Village staffs, and you hide Kowiki fruit?
I hide nothing, you bloated puffer fish. Traitor! Gatty's jaws will close around you!
Confess, Tabal, or will you let good food rot?
Does mine look like a full belly, idiot? Question the rest of the Raparu. We all hunger. disgrace. Any other Reparu has worked 10 times in a day what you have in your life, and they do not complain.
Good grief.
Another outsider. You visit Tikawara in hungry times. For what do you make of this hagfish, huh? Will Tamao confess if I tighten the ropes?
You know you catch more flies with honey than vinegar.
Pakeho caught this wretch stealing the last of the Koiki fruit. The tribe was to feast on it for a harvest ceremony.
The Koiki will reveal itself when you can smell it from Nekataka, I say.
I stole no Koiki, but I wish I had. I would have hid it somewhere most unpleasant. You hear this? A second chance we give, and Tamao throws it in our faces.
Oh, he's done this before.
Lied and stolen? Akira. When we have food, he takes more than he deserves. He steals baskets and pots, and even pilfered a spearhead from a warrior on the hunt. I say there is no person in Tikawara who he has not wronged in some way. Maybe no person in the Deadfire.
What say you, Tamru?
I say I deserve what others have in plenty. Shade, a full belly, a moment to kneel on cool sands. We stopped being a tribe when Ruanu dragged us into the path of the outsiders. Now we can only save ourselves. You shame us, Tamao. To return in your next life as a coconut crab would be too kind.
Would it make things better if I had some spare kokori fruit?
I say, missing food is not the problem. Tamao betrays the tribe, dishonors the Reparu, denies all of us Kahopa's mercy. And he will surely wash back into our nets as a mudfish in the next life if he does not tell us where the Kawiki fruit is.
What was this ceremony you were talking about?
We would have eaten the last of the Kawiki as a tribe. This way we give our thanks to Kahopa, the eel of life. Now this cannot happen. Our harvest fails because this one puts his empty stomach higher than the gods.
You think saving the seeds might be a good idea?
This is not done. To consume the fruit, seeds, and all. This is how we pray to Kahopa for bounty.
Alright, so you're pretty convinced you got your guilty man. What are you gonna do about it?
Pikeho's word is enough to give Tamao over to the waves. Better to drown as an innocent man than starve with you fools. Justice does not fill our stomachs or our hearts. It brings the gods no closer to ending this famine.
Whisper a good word in Yoranga's ear and I'll consider it.
Akira, you would do this? I say, our Ranga will dedicate the Feast of the Last Kawiki to your name. Until the Kawiki is found, I will delight in prodding this stubborn eel for answers. You are free to question him in your custom, I say. And Peheko, he tarries often by the beach.
Okay. Let's see what he's got.
I say that a bound man is usually a more welcoming sight than this.
Oh my.
You look at me for what? To watch me shrivel up in the sun?
So you stole the last of the fruit?
If only my brain and belly had coordinated. I say I would have tried sooner. Pikeho hates me because I insult his puny catches of fish. All he does is weigh down his boat. For this, he accuses me.
Okay, so then what's your side of the story?
Pikeho says I was skulking by the drying hut north of the Ranga's home. Akira, this is so. I would have taken the Kohiki, but it was already gone.
Okay, so then can you think anyone else who might have taken it?
It is said the Reparu share one empty stomach. Blame any of them, I say.
Okay, well, I mean, this is just coming off as you being a bigot.
The tribe drives me out like jerky because I am hated, not because I am a Kawiki thief.
Okay. He's not being very helpful. He just says, I would have stole it, but it was already gone. I don't have any unique names. What all do we got here? Ring post cage we've already been to. Got the shrine, chieftain hut, and communal storage. Alright, well, we'll check this one out first, see if there's anything of interest in there. Check out this little village, and hopefully this will get us to the Poko Kohara or whatever it is that's got like three or four quests that go to that. Amino Man seems lost in thought. His clothes are neat, but he's tugging at the fringe of his sash. He's worried about a long, loose thread. He looks at you with bleary eyes and suddenly sharp and alert.
What say? You are new to Tikawara?
You know anything about the missing Kuroki fruit?
Only the Tamao was slept like a fat tortoise, while the rest of us chew on reeds to fool our bellies. Ikira, no one could be less surprised. Tamao had this coming.
You don't seem particularly upset about it.
Guilty or no, being tossed to the waves is what Tamao deserves. I have no tears for him. He complained until the Ranga gave him my finest mats, and then left him out for the sport of beasts. Let the gods sort him.
So even if tomorrow's innocent, you don't really care.
The tribe has challenges enough without Juana eating from each other's plates. You overstep for a stranger, an outsider. I say you should go back to the shore that welcomes you.
Okay. What about you? Rangi goes to the beach in the middle of the night. Okay, so they can't kind of keep implying there's something on the beach I need to find for this. Let's go ahead and take a look.
That's a great idea.
Nothing there. Small crustaceans. Okay. And this beach isn't very big.
Just remember, die horribly.
There.
I can always revive you.
Okay, nothing there. Didn't we already look down here and not find anything? Oh, we can go this way now. We couldn't before. It seems like that's the furthest we can go. I mean, it looks like there's kind of a spot right there. Doesn't seem like I can interact with it. That's pretty much the whole beach, unless there's another beach they're talking about. Not really sure. Let's check out the rest of the town then, I guess. Bell reliefs have been worn, smooth in places. Statue depicts a voluptuous woman, her head of an anglerfish. Maybe if I go through here, is there a beach? No, this is literally just how you leave town. Okay. We'll leave that alone for now. I mean, that would make more sense if whoever stole the fruit was hiding it outside of town.
Amir's winds blow.
This woman is young, but a serious manner, which makes her look much older. Her nose and ears are pierced her several places. Her mouth is in a twisted scowl.
So the foreigners now sent Huana to enslave Huana.
No.
No one chains to Kehu, I say. Well, except Rabuna.
Shameless clown.
Good grief. I think we got off on the wrong foot. I'm Redbeard, captain of the Defiant.
For what do you say this? To impress me? You are no different from the last ones who came through. Outlanders conquer us with ink and paper packs as well as blades. But they conquer us all the same.
I'm seeking a lost Valayan expedition.
Better for us all if they stay lost, I say. Ruanu. He collaborates with the bottom feeders who went to Poko Kohara for Adra riches. I warned the Valians about Poko Kohara, but why listen to the ignorant Huana girl? Now I remain. They are gone. Taken by the curse.
Valayans are some of the most skilled navigators in the world. They just don't go missing.
Poko Kohara was not for them. With Nagati's aid, the sea takes and gives in equal measure. Dark clouds surround Poko Kohara, and in my dreams, they swallow us all.
If the island's cursed, whoever lived to tell of it.
We tell these stories not because they happen just so. We tell them for what they mean. Our Rangosphere makes him too trusting. He believes the Valiant traders will protect us if they settle here and mine Poko Kohara. So the villagers pour their sweat into the sand, building a trading post on a barren island.
It might not be barren for long if you allowed some coin to flow through.
I am not expecting you to understand how dangerous this is, outsider. They will kill us, rob us, enslave us. And we will be too busy building their halls and sweeping their docks to fight.
Not sure if you and me be sharing the same definition of slavery, lass. But I don't think you'd be getting the particulars wrong.
The pirate knows nothing of this, I say.
Yeah, well, you're very welcoming.
If you go to Poko Kohara, I say the best thing is to destroy it for the tribe.
We saw how the Valians took over Port Marge. Imagine a similar scenario with a less amiable governor.
Akira, your friend sees the shape of things. When the Hydra is gone, the Valians will dig somewhere else, leaving us to point our canoes toward more welcoming shores.
Okay. And how do you expect me to destroy this luminous Adra?
If I knew, then I would go myself. Anything that is built can surely be destroyed, Akira. And the storms are proof of powerful magic at work. Dispel this magic, banish it, whatever needs doing.
I'm kind of sorry. I won't shatter a gateway to the beyond just because it's inconvenient for you.
Then stay out of my plans. Sail back to wherever you came from.
I hear that Anaru has problems with outsiders.
Anaharu was a tribe's priest before me. And he was my father. Before he challenged Ruanu to a trial of waves. But he was cast off. We are forbidden to speak of him.
What do you mean, cast off?
It means the tribe must forget him. The Ranga divided his possessions among the other Mataru, and now we do not speak of him.
What's a trial of waves?
When there is an argument between leaders that cannot be answered, we turn to Nagati. Two challengers risk violent currents, beasts from the deep, and waves that would dash them against the rocks. The winner, if there is one, has Nagati's favor. The loser, living or dead, is forgotten by Nagati and the tribe.
So why did he challenge Ranu to trial of waves?
My father knew the traders are as dangerous as pirates and slavers, perhaps more, because they grow strong in Neketaka. So, when the expedition came, He begged Ruanu to send them away and move the tribe to another island. Ruanu, he did not listen, and Anaharu was done talking.
I see.
Anaharu goes to his next life, but forgotten, he goes to a different tribe.
You don't seem to think much of Ranu's leadership.
He is Aranga. My own great aunt looked into his soul and declared him such. I must respect him, even as he builds a village for our enemies.
Have you tried, like, reasoning with him?
Akira, I have, and so did Anaharu. I must learn to stop saying his name.
So, you're the priestess of this tribe, then?
We worship the same gods as the foreigners, but sometimes with different names. This is Nagati, the trickster of the seas. Foreigners know her as Andra. To us, there is no difference.
Okay. Well, we got a little information out of her. Let's see if we can leverage that to our benefit anyway. It doesn't really seem like it, but you never know. Let's see, those are both exits to the city. We did have another building, yeah, over here to check out the Chieftain's Lodge. See if we find anything of interest along the way. Like someone with a unique name. A seasoned Huana woman rests her elbow on a drum like it's the only thing keeping her upright. She pats the hide skin, the percussion no more effortful than a sigh. Blinking, she crosses her arms and regards Teku with a patient, expectant look.
Tiana, what a surprise! I say, I could not find you after your Ranga moved the tribe.
She pats his hand calmly before pulling away from his touch. Teku blinks and clears his throat, looking elsewhere. What do you do here? Touches her brow with fingers, gives the drum a playful taps. What do you do here? Exaggerating her movements, she shields her eyes, scans the horizon, then points off to the distance, kicks her legs up with a youthful glee, and pretends to pound the drum with wild, enthusiastic beats. Okay. You know anything of the tribe's missing fruit? She frowns, sweeps her hands, gesture out to the entire village at once. She shrugs. You speak at all? A deep wrinkled scar traces the winding path down her neck. She tilts her head to one side and beckons you to look closer. The angle of the shape looks like the mark of Vortes. She raises one finger, points down to a dried hoof knotted at her belt. Then she makes the gesture, pulling back, releasing her bowstring several times in rapid succession. Grinning, she snaps her fingers and leans once more against the drum. You play a short, hesitant beat. She bites the inside of her cheek and considers before drumming a quick response with her knuckles. Okay. Then she beats harder, faster rhythm, steps back, grinning at you. Alright. Play something together. Places her hand on her hip, skeptical as you start to build up a rhythm. Eventually, she bobs her head and smiles a little wider. She eases in closer to you. She's touching and beats on the drum fast enough to build a tempo. Without pacing you, her rhythm is in response to the changes in the tune, introducing complexity while keeping the spirit of her original alive. She closes her eyes, sways in place, and the flow of her movements make the beat look effortless, but her arms are a constant blur. In the village below, heads begin to bob, furrowed brows momentarily relax. She finally breaks the rhythm, steps back, shaking out her arms, sucking in deep breaths. She tips her head to you, gratitude and recognition maligning with her exhaustion.
Aye, I'm right primed for another.
Alright. We have like a little drum battle or something like that. They don't have unique names. We'll check out inside the Chieftain Lodge. Although I think the Chieftain's out at the beach, so I don't think they're going to be in here. Okay. Everything's considered stealing. And Amada huddles in close conversation with the warriors next to him. He whispers a low, stern voice. No sooner do you catch his eye Then he grins with a wide enough to stretch every muscle in his face.
Ikira, what a surprise, I say. But no one told me that envoys of Rawatai landed on Tikawara.
I understand a Valian expedition came through here.
Ikira, and I expect many trading company boats to follow it. I would shower you with the fruit of our harvest, but the season is unkind, I say. Poko Kohara is restless. Even from afar, the storms tear our bounty up by the root and chase fish to calmer shores.
What is Poko Kohara?
An island not touched since the days of our ancestors. The Valians went to Poko Kohara for luminous Ardra, but their expedition does not return. As the storms grow wild, Tikawara dies around us. No traveler will land here if they are forced to eat their belts, I say.
How is Poko Kohara causing storms?
You are new to the islands. I would not expect you to know of these things. Our ancestors told of luminous Ardra, the bones of the dead fire, breaching through the sands of Poko Kohara. Ngati raises her watery fist in defense of the Ardra. Valian or Huana, it is nothing to her who suffers in the wake of such anger.
Highly unusual for Aether to impact its environment as you described.
Maybe that is for what the Valians find it so fascinating. Their captain brushed off my tails like the buzzing of gnats.
I have some history with old places that cause storms. I'll take a look at it. His eyes widen, a smile creases his face, seems for a moment genuine.
Here, this was a token passed down from the Rankas, said to come from Poko Kohara in brighter days.
Copper Masma shell key. Elegant craft work. Looks like a seashell.
The Muzuma snail, a foul thing, yes? They eat through the dead faster than Tangaloa, I say. It is nothing Nikuaru would craft. The ancestors and their hobbies. If you need aid, Himarihi's warriors need only someone to bark commands and they will go.
I had questions about Poko Kohara.
Wind and sorrow are all that emerge from the ruins. Never answers.
Okay. So why not move the tribe elsewhere?
In our old villages, we were raided by pirates, stolen by slavers, and killed by Rawatayan scouts. So I brought them here, where the soil is too poor for Kuiki fruit and the waters too shallow for great fish. At least we are in the path of Valian traders as they come and go. This is protection, prosperity, a future.
Okay.
Speak on, friend. What say?
Tell me about your tribe.
Our village here is young still, but we will grow when the Valians come.
Takara, like an ingrown toenail.
For what does Nagati's chosen protest? Give Tikawara a chance to prove itself. That is for what we build many houses now, even a trading post. We make Tikawara pleasing to the Valians. Then when they come for Poko Kohara, they build their harbor here.
You don't seem to mind Valian influence.
Some tribes push foreigners away, but it is good to have powerful friends.
We got plenty of those. Ours are holding our lives ransom and playing us against their enemies.
Yep.
If the Valians come, they will build an outpost here in Tikawara. And then we will have more to trade with outsiders than just Rongi's mats. With coin comes protection, friendship. A favorable arrangement for both sides, I say.
Doesn't seem like you have enough to support that many people.
You sure you want to question that? We never get nice ones like this.
Then we buy what we do not grow. Soon our pockets will drag behind us with foreign coin. I say that in Tikawara there is always a spot around the fire and...
A gurgle reverberates from his stomach and the guard standing next to him. He grimaces and places his hands over his belly to muffle the sound. The Ranga shoots him a withering glare.
And a koiki in every hand.
All right. He's awfully chipper for being in a dire situation. We'll have to move on and figure out. I don't know if he actually gave me a location for Poko Kohara. But we'll have to figure all that stuff out next time. Thank you all so very much for watching. Have a good one.